My pleasure to introduce to you Jerry Miller, who is our next session speaker. Jerry is the president and founder of Virginia Media Ventures, which is a digital media and digital marketing and social media firm based out of Charlottesville. Jerry has actually a very extensive background in television, print, and radio media, which actually I have yet to ask him about. I would love to hear more about it. But when the admissions executive committee and I were sitting around the table trying to plan out the conference agenda, social media, and not just typical Facebook, Twitter, but really search engine optimization, digital branding, really bubbled up to the surface as something that we felt that y'all might be interested in. And so Jerry's here to talk about that for you. Jerry let me know last week that he went on Facebook and Twitter and did sort of a preliminary review of our member colleges and how you're utilizing the traditional methods of reaching out through social media to prospective students and their families. And he's going to also talk about how you can better leverage what you're already doing, what you're doing to a great degree, and then as well as paid advertisements and things like that. So it's my pleasure to introduce Jerry Miller to you.
Great. Well, does anybody mind if I move around from the podium? No? Okay. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be with you. Lisa, thank you. She's covered much of the elementary basics about us. We're based in Charlottesville. We're going on 10 people strong, our agency. I started this a few years ago because I noticed a kind of hole in the marketplace. There was a niche that was not being served. I will get to that. Let me give you a little bit of my background. I went to the University of Virginia. I grew up in Williamsburg, attended Walsingham Academy in Williamsburg. Had a fantastic experience at Walsingham, a great experience at UVA as well. Started immediately as a staff writer in print for the local newspaper in Charlottesville. By 23, I was the youngest editor in the history of the newspaper. That led to a local radio program, which very quickly matured into a syndicated radio show across 3 states and 15 affiliates. Soon thereafter, I had TV stations asking to get me on air, and that translated into 2 TV shows, The Jerry Miller Show and The Varsity Lights Show. So my background is very much one from traditional media, almost 5 years as a staff writer and editor at a newspaper, 5 years as a syndicated radio personality across the Mid-Atlantic, 2 or 3 years as a television host and producer. Halfway through TV, I realized that social media and digital marketing was the future of the landscape. Traditional media, I think you all would all agree, is antiquated, perhaps a bit expensive, and very difficult to track results. Social media and digital marketing is the complete opposite of this. It's inexpensive, you can do it yourself, and most importantly, you can track results. You know what eyeballs are on what brand, at what time, and what zip code, anywhere across the U.S., anywhere across the globe. This is what we do for a number of clients. Private sector, we do it retail, we do attorneys, law firms, we do anything, restaurants. Public sector, we've worked with schools before, we've worked with nonprofits, we've worked with charities. The concepts can scale. We can teach anyone how to leverage social media, digital marketing, SEO, SMO to better their brand and position their brand in front of the demographics they are trying to target. We'll certainly get to this here. Our presentation is use social media and digital marketing to drive college admissions. That's why you're here. How do we get more enrollees? How do we get more people interested into our school? Perfect example of this is, when Michael Vick was playing for Virginia Tech, the Hokies made it to the national championship game. The following year, what happened? Spike and people trying to get into the school. You can create a similar viral effect if you leverage digital marketing and social media properly. Let's get straight to it. Our first slide here, the power of social media. You know this by now. Social media is word-of-mouth marketing. I can't say it better than that. Social media is word-of-mouth marketing. 30 years ago, it was about bringing customers into your storefront, bringing students into your institution, giving them an awesome education because you knew when they left, they were going to be speaking highly about Hampton-Sydney, about Sweetbriar, about the University of Richmond. You knew they were going to do that. Today, you can do that through Facebook, through Twitter, through Google+, through Foursquare. You can do that through SEO, SMO, through paid search and paid advertisement placements. Please take this from this conference and my presentation. Social media is word-of-mouth marketing. The coolest aspect of this, guys, is you own the communities. Why do you spend money with radio? Why do you spend money with TV? Why do you spend money with the print and the magazines? The reason you do it is because they have a community of tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of viewers, readers, and listeners in place. That's why your respective institutions are positioning your message, your brand on these platforms. Imagine the possibility if you own the communities yourself. Imagine the possibility of taking the middleman out of the equation, the radio, the TV, and the print stations, and saying, I'm tired of paying excessive dollars to your platforms, and I can't track the results. Let me do it my own, because I have a social media community in place that is 100,000 strong, 200,000 strong, 1 million strong, whatever it may be. That is the beauty of social media. You own the community. Realize the potential you have here. Think of digital marketing and social media like you were going, say we're here on the East Coast, couple centuries ago. People were going west. Why? Manifest destiny. They were looking for land. They were looking for gold. It was uncharted territory. That's the world we're in now with social media and digital marketing. You were on the ground floor of an elevator going to the top of the Empire State Building. Literally, that's what you are right now. You're on the first floor of an elevator going to the top of the Empire State Building. How cool is that? How powerful is that? How scary is that if you're not doing it well? Reach targeted demos on desktop computers, laptops, smartphones. You're going to hear me talk smartphones throughout this entire presentation. iPads and tablets. I have an iPad, I have a BlackBerry, I have an iPhone, I have a laptop, I have a home computer, and I have an iPad for my bedroom as well. Think about that. Think about the connection right there. This is what your students that are considering your schools, the potential enrollees, they have these devices at their disposal. They're not just messing around with the desktop computer from Dell that's about that high with the printer right next to it. We all remember those. They now have the Kindle Fires. They now have the new iPad, which I got, which, guys, is the coolest device in the world. Please get one. It will change your life. You got to position your brand on devices that people are using. And that's what smart strategists that leverage social media and digital marketing are doing. Think about that. Save money and time on traditional marketing. I've touched on this already. If you have a Facebook community that's 150,000 people strong, why are you going to go to the radio station in Richmond, Virginia that has a reach of 100,000 and pay the exorbitant CPM rates to get your brand out there? Your community reaches more people than their station could. It's a matter of getting the numbers to that point, though. One institution here is doing that very well. We'll get to that. That's Liberty University. You guys are absolutely on fire as far as that goes. We'll touch on the positives in moments there. Every day, a new digital or social media concept platform is hitting the marketplace. Anybody familiar with Pinterest? Any Pinterest fans in here? You know it? Anybody else? You know it? So 2 people in the room. No, 3, 4, 5 people in the room know the platform that is the darling of Silicon Valley right now.
What did you call it?
Pinterest. Interest with a P in front. Think about it like this. Put interest with a P in front. You are pinning items to a board on Pinterest. This is the darling of social media. You have an opportunity now to get on the ground floor of this platform and get your brand in front of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people. I'll show you how in moments. I guess the gist of what I'm talking about is empowering your respective institutions, giving you absolute autonomy and brand control whenever you see fit, 24/7, 365. That's the coolest aspect of this. You are the radio programmer. You are the radio signal. You are the TV tower. You are the printing press when you are doing this the right way. Traditional media doesn't want to hear this. There's a reason why print revenue is down. There's a reason why radio revenue and TV revenue are down. It's because of Facebook. It's because of Twitter. It's because of Foursquare, Google+, Pinterest, all of the above. We'll go on. First step, assess your social and digital brand. How do you do this? The way you do it is you do an absolute case study on what you are doing right, most importantly, what you're doing wrong. Everyone is doing something wrong. Everyone is doing something right. The key to doing this is figuring out quickly what is not working, pivoting, and make sure it's going in the right direction. Second step, who are you trying to reach? Where are you trying to reach them? The coolest aspect of social media is you can target people by zip code. You can target people by hobbies. You can target people by interest.